Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are still setting up the stream, but we'll be going live here pretty soon. Yeah, testing works, right? Amazing what happens when you check your audio settings for the 5th time before a stream starts. Woo. Excuse me. And to be clear, Bearded Frog, we are not going to be doing a community build today. Community builds are going to be a little bit more sporadic. If I implied that there would be a build every single week, my apologies, because that was not meant to be conveyed in that manner. Just want to set that expectation to the right position. All right. All right, well, technically the stream's supposed to start. Oh my goodness. It never fails that no matter how much you prepare for something, that you're never prepared. It's not possible. I refuse to believe that it's possible. This is just the nature of how things work. Oh my gosh. So I do have a fun little fact for you all today. Man, where to begin? Well, first, let's get my face on the screen. Hello, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the official ROCKFISH Games stream, where I'm your host and your guide, Eric Schrader, the community ambassador for ROCKFISH Games, where we talk everything EVERSPACE 2 in these community streams all Fridays. You're probably gonna see me do this number every now and then during the course of the stream. Why is that, you might ask? Because there's a large, juicy spider hanging out with this stream. And I'm just like, bro, look, you need a, like, I'm happy for you. I'm glad you're eating well. You're getting rid of all the bad bugs in my office and around my basement. So it's like, you know, he's doing me a service, but like, leave. Like, I don't want you here. And he's just like, he's hanging out. He's just passed out, I guess. He's sleeping. He's taking a breather. Not sure. But either way, I don't like it. But look, I'm not an arachnophobe or anything. It's more just like, I don't want him crawling on me. You know, pretty basic human stuff. But I digress. We're not here to talk about spiders. We're here to talk about EVERSPACE 2. Oh my gosh, of course we are. So what's on the docket for today, you might ask? Did you not ask that? I don't care, because that's what I'm telling you right now. So we're covering a couple different things, like my chest hair, for one, by buttoning this. And then we are also gonna cover a little bit of the ship dealer. It's probably the most exciting thing that we've got. It's pretty cool. Looking forward to giving that, and that's gonna be like right at the start of the stream. Then a couple little details about jobs and unknown signals. I might have an example to show you. I might not. I'm not 100% sure on this factor, but I know for a fact that we'll be able to talk a little bit more about those in detail. And Michael, so you know, I tried downloading the Michael Selects because we're gonna talk about those, and I had an issue. If you could send me another link, maybe a more direct link for those, that would be appreciated. I don't know why, it just wasn't coming through. So if you could do that, Michael, I know you're a busy man, I would appreciate that. If not, I can still wing it. It'll still work. I'll figure it out. But yeah, that's what's on the docket. Woo! All right. So let's get into this. Let's get into this. Yeah, he's still there. He's just sitting there, menacingly. Oh my gosh. All right. Am I banned from boxing in the house is the first question I look over and see. Oh my gosh. Nah, my wife secretly loves it. She doesn't know it yet. That was kind of hilarious though, wasn't it? All right, anyway. So, we are picking up right where we left off last time. I did some smoke tests to make sure stuff didn't look super wonky, because that's what you do as a developer whenever you have a live stream that you're presenting to people that needs to be professional. Excellent. So let's go over to the ship dealer and crack right into this. So big shout out to several members of the team. Tilo, I believe had a pretty strong hand in this. It was either Tilo or Tease. I can't remember. I always get the two of them confused because their names are so close. Is that bad? That's terrible. That's awful. But also Marco, because this is, I'll show you in just a second. So we're gonna cycle through our ships because we want to fly something else for the stream. I'm feeling maybe like a medium type ship today. Feeling a medium type. But we're gonna look at all of them and we'll make a decision from there. So pretty straightforward approach, you know, except this is here, right? We have this on the left side, and then we also have these little descriptors here. And these descriptions just give you a quick taste as to what that particular class is gonna do, okay? So it's nothing super crazy fancy, but it is functional information here. This isn't just lore bits. This isn't just like eye candy. There's actual purpose to these descriptions. So if you are completely confused as to what type of ship you're gonna purchase, read the little descriptions and it's gonna give you a bit of clarity as to its base functionality, its core functionality to which you can then build upon. So let's have a look at a different ship though. Oh, that was nice. Let's look at a different one. Oh my goodness. Like, it's the little things. It's the little things. It's the little things. Like, it's so pleasant. It's just, who'd have thought that we just needed to phase in and out ships, right? Like, that's nice. That's nice. And every single ship has, you know, a description to it. Every single class of ship, I should say. So like, if you have like a Wasp versus a Hornet, those descriptions are gonna be the same because it's talking about the Stinger class as opposed to the Wing. So yeah, just note that, but otherwise, yeah. So we have a number of options here. I feel like I need to, oh, that's a pretty looking ship. That's a pretty looking ship right there. I also like the Osprey. That's not too shabby either. But yeah, so this is still a work in progress. So you are all aware. This is still something that we are working on. There's going to be a couple more little additions. And keep in mind, guys, that I don't know if I've said this lately at all, but keep in mind with everything I show you during the course of the stream, this is very much like bleeding edge development, okay? It's like we implemented this stuff to the build this morning. That's not enough time to like thoroughly bug test and refine and tweak and optimize and all that type of stuff. Like, I'm showing you basically like concept 1.0, what we want to do here. And so far we're pretty happy with these results. Now there's still more coming along. Ooh, is this wing updated? Is this new? Have you guys seen that yet? I don't even know. Oh my gosh, there's too much stuff that's new. But in short, a lot of the polish that I kind of allude to pertaining to, oh, we're working on this, oh, we're working on that, and there's gonna be a little bit more, and we're gonna, you know, whatever. A lot of that happens at 1.0, okay? So, you know, through your early access testings, through your discoveries, through your suggestions, ideas, what have you, keep that in mind, and definitely point out little things that you think could be little improvements. Like, we already know that there's a couple tweaks that we'll be making on this already. But overall, we're very satisfied with just that snappy little, check out this new ship. That's a pretty ship too, oh my goodness. Pretty happy with that. Seems new, so that is a new Cyclops bomber wing. Oh, great. Fantastic. I wasn't even informed about this. It's fine. It's fine. It's not anything leaked, of course, because tier 3s are certainly on the way. So I'm glad that we get to show an additional wing type. Boom, there you go. But yeah, more polish is coming. There are a couple of other little details to this page that I want to summarize by reading from a list that I was given. Basically, all ships are offered at a glance and provide more info regarding their type and class, icons within the ship item, and written names on hover/select, right? You can see all that, you get the descriptions as well. Then there is an affordability factor here, so there's green/red indicators. It's green as long as at least one purchase option is available. So that's that little green thing on every single one of these ships because we have enough funding to do that. Then actuality, if the ship offer is new. So yeah, I think I've already gone through all these. I either kicked it out or I was playing around with the build so you didn't quite see it, but don't worry about that. And then item rarity is also mapped to ship tiers and the offer inventory is auto sorted by it. Last but not least, this is switching the passives. There's a there's a placeholder animation. Okay, so nothing super crazy exciting, but let's try to swap the passives. Okay, sweet. So it's just like a little, you saw it. You saw it. It changes them around. I should have looked at the first ones, but let's swap them back. Okay. Yeah, I like how we can swap between two different sets. So if you didn't read the first one like a doofus, then you can go back and read the other one. Now I'm completely blocking the passives here. Tough luck, too bad. You have to look at my face instead. Get wrecked. But don't worry about that. Don't worry about that whatsoever, because we're not even buying this Mercury. We're not even buying this Mercury. Last but not least, there were some adjustments to, you guys don't really care about any of that type of stuff. It's basically, stuff's easier to, like, the game's assets are loading easier, and it's optimization stuff, so it's moving in the right direction. There you go. So, cool stuff, right? Cool stinking stuff. I feel like I want to go with this Osprey. I know that you guys have been all probably telling me which ship to buy, maybe, I don't know. But yeah. You're being given lists now. Bye-bye autonomy. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Let's see. Xpree fighter. Oh my gosh. Goodness gravy. You guys. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. All right. So let's go ahead and start talking about, let's go ahead and buy a ship. I think we are going to go ahead and buy this Osprey. Or actually, you know what? No, I don't want to rotate the ship options. I think we're not gonna refresh the ships. I think I'm gonna buy this one. We have increased boost speed while under missile lock. Locked enemy targets suffer 20% speed reduction. I like that. Activating quantum tether instantly repairs 50% armor. We're gonna go with this one. We are gonna go with this one. So we're gonna purchase this and just sell our old one. Is gone. I wish you were gone. Wrecked. Anyway, let's go ahead and yeah, let's optimize this because we don't want this to be a long range build. We got this railgun, which we're not going to use. We have a higher level autocannon, which seems like a good fit immediately. So we are going to remove the level restriction. And while I'm on this modify page, I would also like to state, I saw a little bit of discussions on the forums and then also a little bit of healthy discussion on the Discord as well about crafting and kind of the state that it's in. I also poked kind of the proverbial bear on the team about this, but do note that there are still more adjustments to crafting happening to make this system a bit better. To kind of summarize that, and Geekbyte, this kind of is like impromptu sort of, we should probably highlight this. Yeah, just know that the crafting, like we're not 100% satisfied with right now internally. We want the crafting system, like from the get-go, the crafting system was always meant to complement the player's progression. It was never meant to be the be-all, end-all factor to obtaining equipment. And if you guys ever thought that, like if you ever thought, you're supposed to be able to craft something at level 1 and then carry it with you through the entire game and modify it in certain ways, all that type of stuff. That was never the intentionality. That was never the plan. So note that crafting, it's meant to complement your progression forward. Now, that being said, we also have been discussing how in an end game state, if you can't craft stuff that is better than basically anything else, there's literally 0 point of its existence, right? Because that means like you get to end game, the crafting tab is whoop, it's gone. It's no longer needed, right? So we are evaluating what that looks like and what that means to see what we can do to this deep system that we've included into the game. We don't want to just cast it to the wayside. So just know that like we're having those discussions, okay? So if any of you are those bickering on the forums or otherwise, where you're like, oh, crafting, like, cool your jets. Like, we're not done. We're pretty happy with the direction that we're moving forward with certain things. In particular, this button in particular. But yeah, also crafting. Also crafting. All right, short impromptu rant over. All right, so now let's get our game going. Oh, that's going to be really good. I forgot we picked that up. Level 21 though. Let's just increase its level. Boost it up to where we're at. Much better. And then this save file has the wonkiest things on it, I tell you what. Last but not least, we could probably use the thermogun actually, for a number of reasons, but we are going to go ahead and plop this on this build too. Look at this. All this stuff we had already. Feels good. Feels good. Yeah, no worries, Geek Bike. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Otherwise, we're just gonna like sell this other stuff. I don't care if it's better or not. We are using the Prime Sense Observer so we can see loot from really far away. Actually, I don't think that's gonna be wise. Instead, I want my resource range up. We don't need ship range. I want resource range now. So we're gonna cycle that over. And I don't even care about the other stats. I don't care. Plus 173 structure, garbage in comparison to these things. I don't care. I want that resource range. Cause I'm being particular. Excellent. Let's see. And we're literally just scrapping the rest of this. Yeah, we're just, see you later, Tater. And sell. I probably should have used something. Oh well. We got some signal disease. Oh yeah, look at that. Both have explosive deaths. Beautiful. We like explosive death when we're in a striker because we're up close and personal and it really hurts us. Oops. Oh well. But let's just try the standard one. And then also let's take a look at jobs very briefly. You'll see this one right here. This one's completely new. This one's completely new. So we are working on jobs. What does that mean exactly? It means that we are bringing forth some variety to what these look like. I can't give you a list of what we are working on, but what I can say is we're fairly happy with the variety that is currently in the game, okay? Like, based on looting and shooting, your options to go destroy targets, go, like, collect things to gain benefits, like, do some exploration, like, we're pretty happy with the overarching narrative of these jobs, but we also want to add more. So, station maintenance might sound a little bit familiar, because this was also somewhat already used as a location challenge, okay? But it's another job type, so if you're wanting to build up your Renown, you can grab it, you can go to it. Now, I told Andy I was gonna check this before the stream started, and I didn't get a chance. So we're gonna check it together. If something goes wrong, it's Andy's fault. That's how that works, right? No, that's not how it works. But it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. But long story short, we also want to have more specific jobs for certain factions. So even though Renown was made to be your character as a whole and how you're being recognized by everybody, the job types that you're finding are going to be unique depending on where you go. So right now, just right now, station maintenance is only a coalition thing, okay? There's a gang war. Their stations are taking a pummeling. They need maintenance. Kind of makes sense. Could G&B also have station maintenance jobs? Probably. Will that come? I don't know. But we want to have those kind of sort of unique jobs that you can only get when you go to certain places. I mean, shoot, you guys already know that freaking battle support is specific to the coalition, right? So more on that front coming. Now, this is not something that I often do. In fact, in a lot of cases, it's kind of frowned upon. But to this, I'm going to open up the doors here. It's early access. You know, a lot of times we say, you know, your feedback, your support, it's invaluable, right? Because it is, first off. But also, where we're at in development, we don't have a lot of time to like take a suggestion and then like build it in, right? We're not at that place. Like we needed to do that a year ago, right? To present an entirely new concept. That being said, I want to open up this door about jobs, okay? Now, again, I'm not going crazy with it. I'm not trying to make you come up with the most absurd ideas forever, but what I want you to do, and I'm challenging you guys to do, okay, is I want you to like recall your childhood games, your childhood experiences of like when you were tasked to do X thing in a game and you just found it a lot of fun, right? I want you to hearken back to those moments and share them with us as kind of your feedback. Because what we want to do with these jobs is make them unique, interesting, and fun in order to obtain specific equipment, right? This is very different from a high-risk area, which you don't know what you're going to get, but you're going to get a handful of something. This is, you're not going to get a lot, but you're going to get a very specific thing, right? So keep that in mind. Do recommend, you know, that you could toss out some suggestions on that front. Again, please don't get too crazy because we're not at a point in development where we can like implement an entirely new system. But job types, we'd love to hear them. We'd love to hear them. We've got a number already planned that we're adding. Maybe there's something we haven't quite thought of yet or a direction that we haven't really thought of that might work really well. So have at ye. It'll be a fun, good time, I'm sure. All right, now that I've opened up those doors and somebody's probably dying inside, we're going to go ahead and get to the game, do a maintenance mission. Oh my gosh, I already love... Wait, we need to color the ship. Hang on a second. We got to paint this ship. How dare I? How dare I? I think I already have a color palette that I would... Perfect. That's perfect. We don't even need to touch it further. That's exactly what I wanted. All right. Beautiful. Yeah, I like that. I like that. All right. So, we're going to take on some of these jobs. Fix some bases. Oh, and also one other thing pertaining to jobs. See how there's like this number? See that number that's hovering over it? It's like the location name. You know what numbers are, coordinates are? They're boring. Pfft. Nobody likes coordinates. Go to these coordinates. Go to location 1204577774558. You know what that means? Nothing. It means dumb. Okay, maybe I'm being a little harsh, but we don't want that to be the case of randomly generated locations. So we're probably gonna be changing that up too in the future. Maybe. I wouldn't have like a crazy expectation on this, but have a little expectation. We want to make things a little bit more interesting. All right. Will be transferred. Oh, sweet. This one's totally busted. Sweet. We got here. The station was repaired automatically. Excellent. I'm sure Andy's like, thank you so much for testing before you stream. I really appreciate it. Oh, boy. We'll try the other one. Hopefully it works. Bleeding edge development. Woo! He moved his legs. Oh my gosh. You're gonna get little updates on the spider in the corner of my office. Sorry for those who don't care. I'm going to give you the updates. It's just gonna be part of the day. And also, yeah, keep bringing in those questions. Keep bringing in those questions. All right, this is a generic unknown signal. All right. Now, there's the potential that we could find. Wow, this gun is so loud. I'm gonna let you finish. All right. There's the potential we run into a new unknown signal or two. Because much like I was talking about the jobs and how we are, you know, starting to up that variety, up that factor, we're also doing something similar to the unknown signals. And this is also going to be something that's a bit of a work in progress as well. Not so sure we need suggestions on its front, but feel free to supply them. Since again, I did open those doors. All right, here we go. This one generated correctly. So this is a state maintenance job for specifically the coalition. You can see that they are currently in battle against some retaliators. So we're gonna clean that up while firing directly at the station in the background. Don't worry, we're gonna buff out those scratches. Let's go take these guys out. Also, let's make sure, yeah, okay.
They've locked onto me.
Just making sure we're not doing anything super crazy. We adjusted quantum tether again, by the way. Another completely random thing that wasn't necessarily on the docket for discussing. But through balancing and stuff like that, it needed another pass. It's interesting because there's several of you out there who think that the quantum tether is like one of the worst alts in the game. Ironically, it's one of the best. Just depends on how it's used. And it is situational too, I'll give it that. Sometimes it can legitimately be pretty bad, but. All right, so. Now that we're here, now we're looking at the station, we are going to be looking for smoke, which I don't see any at all. There's some smoke. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we repair the leak. So if you are the type who wants to have a job that's a little bit more casual, where you just have to use your eyes instead of your guns or like some strategic combat situation, this is going to be a job that's a little bit more geared for you. And of course, we understand that not everyone's going to like every single type of job. That's the point. Just like jobs in real life. We want to give you options. And that's the overarching goal, and we're pretty happy thus far with some of the things we've got in the works. And because this is becoming a job,
payment transferred.
There is I would say a pretty decent chance that the one location challenge of you having to repair the station is going to change, that location challenge in particular. Just to something a little bit more interesting. Beautiful. All right. So there you go. That's probably way too much information on jobs for you all, but that is the presentation of it and how we want to address that. I really like the look of this ship, actually. All right. Let's see if we can, excuse me. We're gonna start traveling over to a new Drake location that we haven't shown on the stream. I kind of want to go to a hot location. I think that's where I'm planning on going. Is that where I tested before? Externally processing my thoughts. But on our travels over, we are going to see about some unknown signals. And keep building up those questions. I know I haven't gotten to them yet. I want to make sure that I section out some space and time instead of like answer too many questions like in between. It can kind of get jumbled around. I don't think anybody likes that. So, time for Hell Ride? Ask Kazaa. I did not get any further information on races either. Oh my gosh. It's, you know, it's so crazy to me, like how busy we've been internally that like the most simple of little details just have just been skated over. Oh my gosh. Let me just do a quick check. Just a super subtle, you know, if the team's watching, go check the internal messaging. Anyway, oh my gosh. Today's fun. Today's gonna be a good day. I can already feel it. Look at these punks. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to have a good day and you're trying to wreck me? No, no, no. Let's turn that frown upside down. Into death for you. Haha. All right. There's a lot going on here. Oh, whoops. Sorry, Coalition. Now they're ticked at me too. Beautiful. Ow, ow, ow. Stop it, stop it. There we go. Aw, man. Gosh dang it. We might just leave this area alone. But this location, this unknown signal is much more of like it's a torrent of fighters, which I think is one that we have started to build out. It's not something you really see before. Normally what happens is like when you go to an unknown signal where there's enemies, you're the ones getting ambushed, right? So now that one that we just ventured to, that unknown signal, is more like you are showing up to where somebody else is ambushed and there's a lot going on. Like you're seeing a conflict already arisen and you're kind of joining that fray. Or you don't have to, you know. Subtle things like that. Kind of like the distress call, except it's just I guess different factions duking it out. We'll try another unknown signal and see if I can get what I'm specifically looking for here. Crispy Muffin, I know that we made some changes to Zerillia power levels recently, but to be completely honest, I don't know if we made the changes after the update or not. So it might be that they're still a little too powerful in the current build, but that is something that we've been watching and something that I know that we've already started adjusting. Because yeah, I mean, they can be absolutely savage. You are correct. Woo! Right now we are burning up, literally. Oh my goodness! So this side isn't anything new. This is a Zerillia base. Sometimes these can come up as jobs even. As Beam lasers. This was actually reduced. The amount of damage that those Aurelia drones do was reduced, believe it or not. I want to get a big meaty target because I want to use my ultimate here, but this might actually work. It didn't work as well as I would have liked, but it was enough. We certainly got our health back. Really like the evolution of our base destruction, our base missions. What are you doing here, retaliators? You were crazy. I say that like my presence here isn't crazy. Okay. Good, good, good. Let's see if we can find this last fuel tank. It's right there. And then we got coils. Coils are a little bit smaller. They're a little bit harder to find. But we can certainly get a lot of scrap metal and plasma, if we're fortunate enough at least. There we go. Nice. Wasn't too bad. Some iron. Sweet. Let's keep that shield down. How did you get your shield is maintained while you're EMP'd? I call shenanigans. That's not how that's supposed to work. All right. Ooh, ouch, something is really trying to hurt me. That was a beautiful parting gift. Oh my gosh, that felt good. All right. All right. Sweet. It's suddenly music. All right. We're good. We're good. So we're gonna keep moving along. But now is a really great time to take a brief moment, listen to some sick tunes in the background, or some soft tunes rather. Some soft. Are you still there? Good. Knock it off. All right. Yeah, let's listen to some soft tunes. I think, guys, so Torben, by the way, if you are watching the stream, thank you so much for the follow-up. Torben's one of our wonderful developers on the team who is working on the races in particular. They're not quite ready to show, I don't think. They're still pretty heavily work in progress. So that's definitely something we're gonna show down the line so you guys are aware, because that is a system we want to make more fun. We want to make it a bit better for those of you who take part in the races, okay? Because as all of you know, the races are not required to complete the game. If you are going for 100% completion, there are some that are like location challenges, but otherwise, completely optional. So let's answer some questions here to just get this going. So a lot of questions from YouTube. I've got one from Twitch. Twitch, come on, you're slacking. And when I say that, I mean, I don't care. You guys are having a pleasant conversation. It looks good. So the questions we got. First one comes from Kananthon J. When is the next main story chapter dropping? Probably 1.0. Probably 1.0. We don't have a lot of story content that we want to reveal beyond this part. We feel like we're at a really good cliffhanger before the rest of the story we want to tell is going to be made available. That being said, there will be more side missions and whatnot that open up. Like this fall, I'm sure that we'll introduce a couple more side missions. So there'll be more content, just not the main story. Dragon T, can we get a lights off option in the ship and ship dealer menus to get a better view of emissive lights? I like this question. I'm trying to think, if your lights are off and you dock, doesn't that allow you to customize with the lights off? Am I crazy? I have to look at this now. I have to, hang on a second. We're not even going to the right spot anyway. Hang on, we're gonna cheat. We're gonna go back over to, we're gonna look at this. But otherwise, I do get your lights off option regarding ships. Because like if you're looking at the front of it and the lights are in your eyes, like, oh gosh, I don't know if I want to purchase this or not because I can't see. I mean, I can see that. That seems like a very pedantic sort of addition. So I'm gonna be honest, I doubt it. But okay, so lights are on right now, and they either become softer or I just don't have a good spot to where I can actually see the lights shining in my face. Oh, you can kind of see them. Okay, so that you would be able to see that. Now let me turn them off. Okay, they're turned off. Yeah, the lights are off now. So at least when you are, yeah, at least when you're customizing, you can turn the lights off manually before you dock. That's probably a little bit inconvenient. I am pushing the toggle button for the lights and I can't do it out on the screen. Andy, maybe that should be a very casual option, is that when you're looking at a ship, whether it's your own or another one, you can just push the toggle light option. Would that be, is that a thing? Can we do that? I shouldn't talk about that live in a stream? Well, I know, it's just a question. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen or not. So we'll have to find out. We'll have to find out. Don't know. Don't know. Oh, this hasn't been upgraded all the way? What the? Well, we're just gonna keep boosting that up like we can. All right, anyway. It's a good question. Legitimately, I don't know. It seems like very particular in your request, but we'll see. It's an interesting question, that's for sure. So thank you for it. Excelsior, would you consider modifying the crafting system so that it's only accessible at stations? That was on the docket a while back, and it sucked. So the reason for that, Excel, the reason why it sucked only being able to craft at stations is because the entire functionality of crafting is to fill in gaps with where you're at. So if you're like literally out in the middle of nowhere, you level up and you got all these crafting resources and you're fighting enemies that are like either a level ahead of you or a couple levels ahead of you, and you can't do crap about it, that sucks. You have to go back to a station, which takes time to then do your crafting or buy new stuff, and then you can fly back out to the location. We were like, no. It's, you know, it's fine. It's an arcade game. It's an arcadey game. Caught myself. But it's got a lot of arcade-like mechanics, right? And we want you to be able to keep that pacing up. So yeah, crafting is totally meant to be on the fly. That's not gonna change. That is established, that will not change. Why can't we support ROCKFISH through super chat donations? And please don't kill the spider, says Fred Spect Vet. Because we're not trying to monetize our YouTube channels. It's just not what we want to do. Like, our monetization is by selling the game. These community streams are entirely for you guys. So the second we would monetize that changes what that looks like. Instead of it being for you guys, now it's for ourselves. And that's not what we're doing. That's the short of it. But thank you for wanting to support us. Did you know that you can support us by going over to the Steam page of EVERSPACE 2 and wishlisting us. Obviously, you would buy the game to support, you know. 1.0 is 2023 if you are not familiar with that, and the price will go up, just so you are aware. And we do appreciate that support, whether it's a financial support, whether it's just being here asking questions. It really is huge with your presence, being here, hanging out, having a conversation. So don't stop being you. I love it. I love it. We'll do a couple more questions, then we'll get back to flying about. In EVERSPACE 1, you blow up when leaving safe orbit. Will that eventually be the same here? Asks Lorraine Tetson. When leaving safe orbit. That's not really something we want to do again. For EVERSPACE 1, it made a little bit more sense because roguelike, and we wanted like the pacing situation to bring you back around. When we tried to do the whole looping back into the space in EVERSPACE 1, we found that you could get really cheeky with that and effectively evade damage from like Okar coming in or Colonial Fleet. So it was more like, no, you go out of bounds, you just die. Like that's just the end of it. You need to stay where all the stuff's at. And EVERSPACE 2, because there's not that immediacy, you're not like forced to, you're not being timed in every location, because there's a lot more freedom to explore. We don't want you to blow up when you go to the outskirts of a location. So yeah, it's gonna remain the way that it is. And then last question, the last one, then we're gonna cycle over and do, we're gonna do some more gameplay. We have Bradley from Twitch, recommendation for a job type. Oh, this is a recommendation. Oh, okay, so it's not a question, it's a recommendation. So recommendations, unfortunately, are not ideal for the stream because there's a lot of reasons for it. But basically, if you've got suggestions for the job types that we talked about, you know, at the start of the stream, I'm glad. That's super hype. Share them on our forums so we can catalog them accordingly, because we don't want the stream to turn into like a discussion of ideas. That's just not the place for it. So yeah, let's really focus in on like having some discussions around it, sure, but if you've got specific suggestions, definitely definitely send those over and submit those over to the forums where they can safely be cataloged and have a thorough discussion, dissection of it at that point. But don't you worry, we do have a number of job types we are eager to talk about. What are you cooking, Torben? I'm curious. All right. All right, now let's get back into the stream, and then we'll answer some more questions here in a little bit. But I love it. Yeah, no, you're totally fine, Bradley. I'm not trying to be like, oh, how dare you? Look at this guy. Everyone point and laugh. Haha, failure. No, not at all. Like, you're being helpful. You're being supportive, and I appreciate that. I love that. In fact, it's beautiful. It's just we don't talk about, like, we don't submit ideas in the live streams. That's all. Just take them to the forums. It's that simple. You're good, man. You're great, in fact. Super duper even. All right. We docked, we were doing oh yeah, we were looking at lights. Let's repair our ship, because that seems like it could be a slightly intelligent thing to do. Let's repair our ship. And just for kicks and giggles, just look at the other ships. Ooh. Ah! Mmm! Oh! Ooh! Mmm! Yeah. That's just great. I love it. I love it how it all comes together. Loving that ship dealer screen. All right, anyway. No, I got really excited there. Whew. System recovery. Perfect. Ooh, a synchro pulse. Just looking at a lot of this stuff, and I just like where I'm at right now because it saves time if I don't think too much about it. Because I want to get back to the gameplay. I still didn't repair my ship, guys. What the? Quick repair, quick restock. All right. We pushed a button. Ladies and gentlemen, we have accomplished the task. Woo! It's like they teleported. Yeah, no, Marco is a bit of a wizard in some of the little interactions and stuff that he does, and so that one's all Marco. Cheers and applause for Marco, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers and applause. There we go. What a delight. Now, obviously, it's a team effort, but, you know, still. As to my understanding, he basically just, like, whipped that up. He just whipped that up. He was like, okay, how about this? Bam. It's great. It's great. Thank you for being a wizard. Oh, goodness. Mashed potatoes, spinach, and fish. All right. I can dig that. Actually, fish sounds really good right now. Oh my gosh. I am so easily distracted today. And it's probably because of you! You freaking jerk over there! I know you can hear me! Uh-huh. He just moved his leg. Just to show me that you're alive. I get it. He's lucky he's not a giant alien spider. He would be smeared across my cockpit. Ugh. Anyway. A rockfish? Oh my gosh, Bearded Frog's got jokes. Look at this guy. What type of fish are you having? A rockfish? Oh my gosh. You guys. You guys. Just think you're so clever. All right. Oof, oof, oof. Hot, 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 hot. Hot, 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 hot.
There will always be more. Always.
Ooh, too hot, too hot. Oh my goodness. I don't know if we triggered our death state or if we didn't. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you, Alec. I do in fact appreciate it. Being slightly underleveled here is a bit brutal. Man, they hit so hard. And I do realize that there was a conversation early in the stream about Zerulia hitting really hard. This does not elude me. There is not a strong sense of irony happening. Maybe a small amount, because this has been adjusted. But, I digress. Oh my gosh. All right, see you later. You know what I think we need? I think I know exactly what we need. I think we need the ability to push things around. So I think we are going to swap out... Oh, we got some damaged goods. I think we're going to swap out our teleporter. Dangerous play, maybe. But we want this magnetic repulsor in here. Yeah, I think that's what we want. And we do want to drop energy orbs just to stay in the fray a bit longer. Speaking of staying in the fray a bit longer, we want to do this all day. So we're going to have the block damage converted into weapon energy from our front shield. Let's get this going on. Pairs really well with thermo guns. Let's see how well it does with this. This could be really interesting. Also death.
Just chill out and watch the master at work.
All right, Adam. A little cocky there in your death. Oh my gosh. Should voice lines stop upon your character's demise? Absolutely not. That's a feature. You're welcome. Oh boy. That was great. All right, we're gonna do this again, except I'm gonna play with 2 hands this time. And I'm gonna put my foot down from the keyboard. All right, here we go. Let's see. We're gonna tweak a couple of things, because I think what we want to do is we want to do this all day. We want to have magnetic repulsor. We really want to upgrade this a bit further, but I don't think we even can reset. Oh, we can reset. So hang on a second. Let's pull off some stuff from something we're not using. Corrosion injector. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. And then we're gonna cycle this out for nano transmitter. This is really the bread and butter of multi-strike builds. Let's see. Yeah, so we want the carefree package. That's gonna help a bit. All right, so let's just pair this up right out of the gates. Oh no, I cycled my weapon on accident. Ah, that's a little disappointing. Oh well, there are worse things. Then I activated and deactivated my front shield generator. Excellent. I just wanted to surprise them. I wanted them to think, oh, this guy's got some moves. He's got some tools. Not just kidding. You only think I have a game plan. Woo! Let's there we go. Nice and easy. I'm a big fan of this. Well, actually, any time that you get a Gauss cannon that has a 5% chance to disable a target shield for 2 seconds with each hit, like I fall in love with that. Like that's one of my favorite, very simple modifier to the Gauss cannon. It's so effective because of how fast it fires. It feels so good. Beautiful. Let's do a little bit of exploring. Lure some enemies over to us. That's fine. More enemies. This is great. It's definitely totally intended here. Remember how I said the tether needed to be adjusted because it was really, really stinking good? This is after we further adjusted it, by the way. Thanks! Man, they are everywhere around here. No wonder I got fried so fast last time. All right. Excellent. Ooh! Ouch. Maybe not as ouch as I thought it was going to be, but yeah. So we got a connection socket that we got to find the battery for here to probably go do some things. Excellent. We also have a Flying Duchess beacon over there. That's the power core, though. Oh, ouch. There we go. Good. And breather. Let's answer some questions. Woo! All right. Let's see what I missed. Did I miss anything super important? Somebody's be like, yes, I said something important. Good. Let's answer some questions. So we've got Fred Speckvet asking, are there currently any penalty if you attack neutral ships, freighters, police, etc. concerning reputation? Are there plans to update the game to use FSR 2.0? So there's two questions though. The first answer is going to be that we've actually talked about Renown being lost. And the short answer is, I don't know. I don't know if this is something that we want to do or not, because then all of a sudden it starts being something you have to manage in addition to everything else in the game, right? Because the big key thing here is that when we go to our Renown, you're getting those benefits, right? You're getting those benefits. And if you lose those benefits, like, does that feel good? Does that feel right? Like, is there justification to that? We could say, yes, there is absolutely justification. Like, if you're hurting people, then why would you get an extra additional item from jobs? Like, that doesn't make any sense, blah, blah, blah. But then you can also conversely say, no, it doesn't make sense because you've done a ton of jobs to get to this point. Like, you've earned this through the very progression of the game. Like, the gamification of it says, you know, you've done the work, you have the benefits now, regardless of your actions. So, yeah, the short answer of that is no guarantee. No guarantee. It could go either way, and I think it works just fine where it's at. Would it be better if we lost reputation? Again, that's up for debate because it works both ways. So, can't say that it will happen or not. Can't say that it will happen or not, but a good question regardless. Good question. Next, we've got Excelsior. Are there concepts for the Gray Swarm enemies already? Since you guys added a fancy particle system with the Stinger ult, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, so the Gray Goo from EVERSPACE 1 definitely is a presence. We know that, has a presence. There are new sort of mysterious enemies that have started to appear in EVERSPACE 2, you know, much like the virus, this very dangerous virus that can effectively take over ships. You know, Grey Goo could theoretically come back for sure. Will it come back? You know, that's also something where we need to be gentle in that approach. So the reason why it works in EVERSPACE 1, I go back to this a lot because we're looking at two different genres, okay? Like the reason why like I stopped to really like provide context here is because EVERSPACE 1 as a roguelike works differently than EVERSPACE 2 in this pseudo-open world, okay? EVERSPACE 1, the challenges that you face in those moments are meant to be pretty high octane moments, right? You have to figure things out. You have to explore quickly. You have to interpret and delegate and overcome, right? On the fly improvisation. Whereas in EVERSPACE 2, you very much have this space that encourages a softer approach. Like if you want to be very thoughtful and scrounge around instead of put tons of focus in combat, you can do that. Obviously, combat is still a pretty large focus. But you're rewarded much more handsomely in EVERSPACE 2 through taking care of your surroundings. So because of that, if we were to introduce something that imposes upon your exploration in a way that's like very dire, we have to be very thoughtful in that approach, much like the Ancients showing up. It's not something that appears at the start of EVERSPACE 2, right? Ancients don't start until you unlock them, effectively, when you go to the Kait Nebula, and then they can start jumping around, right? That maybe clued you in on if a Grey Goo sort of thing were to be implemented, how it would be implemented, right? Like we wouldn't want those to be start at the beginning of the game. but it's something we would have to be much more careful in that approach, right? So, yeah, possible. Thunderflame, since it's technically fall already, will we get some more info on ancient rifts and possibly legendary weapons? Oh yeah, absolutely. But not this stream. Many, will there be different types of ships like G&B Scout will have different stats than Freelancer Scout? Different types of ships. Oh, okay, so sort of. So like right now, there isn't any difference between the different wing types, right? So like a Hornet versus a Wasp Stinger, they're both Stingers. They basically do the exact same thing. Now, we had a strong idea in the past about each wing, each body, each engine presenting something different. There's been a lot of delegation over that and what that could do to benefit the game, and then also what that could do to actually hurt it. So not 100% sure if that system is still going to be implemented. I know that me saying that, some of you are cut deep, you're wounded. What? How dare you? We have to evaluate the game state. We want to make sure that the emphasis on the gameplay and the customization is like on equal ground. We don't want somebody choosing a ship that they despise its looks for just because it's doing a specific thing, right? It's like, I don't like this wing style, but it's best for my play style. Like, that doesn't feel very good. That being said, obviously we have transmog abilities planned for the future, so it kind of negates itself out, sort of, but still, it's there. There's a beast that has to be tamed in order for us to jump over that hurdle. But otherwise, the passives of every single ship are what you're gonna be looking at, because you can have two scouts that operate fairly differently depending on what those passives that generate on them are. Same thing with all of the ships, really, and why whenever you're purchasing them, you wanna inspect the passives, why we added a perk that allows you to cycle the passives. It's, you know, there's a lot to this that we wanna make sure you're finding what you're looking for and able to tweak that even further. All right, last one, and we're gonna jump into more gameplay. We got Bradley with a follow-up question. Will there be in the future more advanced trading system in the game, maybe with playable cargo ships? There's not the plan to do playable cargo ships. The focus is a looter shooter. Cargo ship would be putting all emphasis on loot and less on shoot. And it's just not the direction we'd like to take. That being said, yes, I can say we are working on an advanced trading system, but also don't think of it as something that's gonna be super dynamic and crazy and this whole new world economy inside of a game. It's not gonna be like that. The big thing that we wanna do with an in-game economy and in-game trading system is like, you find particular pathways in the game where certain commodities, like small arms, are super desired at Prescott Starbase at the black market, right? Versus if you were to take this to any G&B outpost, like a G&B authority outpost, you have small arms, they're like, yeah, we need to take that from you, right? Like, you don't get anything for it, right? Like, that would be the deepest we'd go with a system like that. It's not gonna be more than that. It's not really gonna be less than that. That's just what we're looking at. So, yeah, there you go. That actually reminded me of one thing that I need to send off. 1 second. Okay, cool. But yeah. Did I say one more question? That was good. That's good. Let's get back to some gameplay. Let's get back to some gameplay. Oh, and then I also, I say that, I'm like checking over the stream, and I do see a response from Michael about naming saves. So yeah, it kind of sucks when I go here and I'm like, create a new save. I can name my saves, ha ha ha, you can't. This sucks, because the only reason we can do this is because of those super fancy dev command cheats, okay? That's why I'm able to do that. In order to properly implement this, yikes town. It's much more frustrating than it probably seems. Like, you're probably all in the mindset of, oh my gosh, a save, just add, like, just make it to where I can type, no big deal, like super easy. Okay, yes, but also we do have to consider console support and what that would look like. Does that generate an entirely new keyboard that shows up? Because if it does, we have to create that content, right? That's additional content we add to the game. And if we're building that for the console, wouldn't we just also include that for the PC game? Which would be kind of weird because you're already typing. So it's now, you got a keyboard on the screen, even though you're typing on a keyboard. Then it's also versus like the characters based on localization. This is probably one of the more important things. It starts getting wonky from there. We only have it to where you can save with basically like English ligatures. That's it. But you start going, like if I try to, here, let me show you this. Like if I start going like this and I try to save, it's gonna say, no, that doesn't work. Has issues, right? There's so many, I really can't express the depth of the issue of making it to where you can save named files. Oh my gosh. This sounds so ridiculous. Like somebody out there's like, just do it. No, it's so complicated. It's dumb how stupid complicated it is. I'm being clear here. But the fact of the matter is it's not a priority because it would create a number of issues that, you know, could effectively make you lose your saves. And while I personally would have a problem with you guys losing your saves because I encourage you to restart all the time, I'm pretty sure you guys would have a problem. So, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's dumb how much it is. Isn't development fun? Oh my gosh. Well, just add in the ability to do it. Nah, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. There was a playful conversation over on Discord today about a similar sort of concept. Like we were talking about and joking about, like, oh yeah, you know, just add multiplayer. Just reach over and push the add multiplayer button, right? Like it's that simple. Anybody could do that. Oh, it takes like maybe a day or two to get that fully implemented. Nah, dog. That ain't how this works. But, and a lot of you guys know that. We have a pretty intelligent player base, so thank you for understanding. Yeah, save game naming convention though, it's one of those things that it's just not as easy as we'd like it to be. Just not as simple of a solution as one might think. Oof. Yeah, and this isn't even like I'm not even trying to like start a discussion about like gamer knowledge of development or anything like that. That's neither here nor there. Like some of you guys know a lot about development. Some of you guys don't. That's okay. We all come from different walks of lives. We all have very different unique experiences and information that we can share. I think sometimes we just have to realize how much we know or how much we don't know whenever we're approaching a conversation like this, so that the input that we supply is informative and it comes from a place of knowledge, as opposed to something that can be heavily misleading, like saying, oh, well, you can do this in a couple of hours when you have zero knowledge of if that's actually the case or not, right? It's taking a slice of humble pie and just realizing where you're coming from. Oh man, I forgot about this. Look at this chain. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know, self-awareness is one of those things that some people have so much of it, it's obnoxious, and other people don't have a freaking clue, you know? Oh my gosh, where does this start? I forget where this starts. Is it on the tip? Yeah. Let's see if we can do this. Beam laser probably would have been best for this, but oh well. You're right there, yep. Don't miss one. Is that it? Oh wait, we have to go inside. Oh crap. That's right. Whoop. Fit, okay. Is that it? No, there's more.
The intrinsic value of these credits may never be known.
All There we go. Excellent. Yeah, we're not done yet. Hang on. Where are you at? Where? Over here? Yeah, there you are. There we go. There we go. And then we also have this bulletproof container. I forgot where the entrance is. Is it over here? I have forgotten how to get here. But we made good progress. And I'm not gonna think too much of it. I legitimately forgot how to, is there an open, did I? Ladies and gentlemen, please. Watch as a developer of a video game doesn't know how to obtain a good within the very same video game. Oh my gosh. We're gonna leave this alone. I don't wanna. This is fun. Oh, there it is! There it is! We did it! We did it, boys. We did, no, wait. We had to look up. We just had to look. It was right above us. Where's Toucan Sam when you need him? Just follow your nose! Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. Well, we did it, boys. And now we're stuck. Now we're trapped. There's the door right behind us. The door didn't move, I promise. Streaming will be fun, they said. Do it for a live audience, they said. All right, let's find the next thing. How are you guys doing? Are you enjoying the stream today? You've all been great, actually. Like I really have appreciated your energy. You always ask so many great questions. When I say you, I'm talking about like you right there. No, scoot over. I'm talking about you. Yeah, you. Oh my gosh, what a delight. What a delight. You guys are so pleasant all the time. And now I've lost where I was taking this. Oh yeah, over here. That's not it. Is this it? This is it. Okay. The number of times that I've gone through various events in this game, I question everything over, like 3 times over. Anyway, there's a lot here. I don't want to do all of it because that would be spoiling too much for you guys to experiment and figure out. But we'll call the Flying Duchess, we'll have a little landing, look at some new ships again. And maybe we'll get a new unknown signal to populate.
Looking for a good deal?
Maybe.
Lady? That is you. Man. Question the angle of that warp in, but you know what?
Are you looking for something special?
She didn't go up in a blaze of glory, so you know, gotta hand it to her. Oh yeah! I really enjoy that. Thank you, Marco, for making me make really weird noises during a live stream. It's so clean. It's so good. Really like the way it's coming together. And I hope you guys are too. And there's still more to come on that front. So, let's go check out our inventory of things that we need to get rid of and also replace. And then we'll answer some more questions. Ooh. That seems really good. I mean, I guess I'm comparing it to a thermogun, so of course it's really good. Get wrecked, thermogun players. Man, too many good options that we've found here. And a synchro pulse. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I think we are going to... all right. We're gonna take the... oh, wait, we can't. Lol, get out of here. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and dismantle the rest of this stuff. Meson plating. Okay, we're gonna use this. We're gonna remove the level restriction, which I want to say very casually right now that we don't exactly like how the meta right now is to go find better loot and then modify to remove the level restriction. It feels a little bit tedious and not exactly the most fun. So there may or may not be a change to that in the future. All right, that's it. That's all the more you're getting out of me. Don't ask any more questions. But yeah, that armor's way better. Holy cow. And let's use this device charger, actually. We're just gonna hold these, and maybe we'll reach level 24 or not, I'm not sure. Thermal gun was so OP before it got nerfed, I see in the chat as I look over. Yeah, I mean, to a degree, you're not wrong. To a degree, you're not wrong. It can still be very effective in the right situations, which is exactly the point, right? We want every weapon to be really effective in the right situation. And we also want weapons to kind of not be very effective in the wrong situations, right? That way there's interesting decisions that you have to make based on your play style, based on your approach. So based on the number of adjustments we've made to the thermogun, we're feeling pretty good about its placement. We are feeling pretty good about its placement. It was way too strong before. I will agree to that. It's in a much better position. Some questions. We got Manny. We'll also look at our ship as we're answering questions because I really enjoy how this came out. And this is a custom colorization, by the way. Like it's nothing super crazy. It's just Soulfire, Stardust, and Rusty Earth. Like, looks really clean. I really like that. Okay, so the first question we've got from Manny. Will there be loyalty side quests for side characters that will unlock their ultimate skill? For example, for Hive, it could be hacking enemy systems and max level control enemy ships. That sounds like suggestion. I mean, yeah, like the way that we are developing perks is that we just want you to be able to invest in the characters and what they then offer you, so that, you know, there's a goal for you mining certain resources and building certain components or finding them and, you know, going through and exploring locations or purchasing goods and, you know, basically giving purpose to why stuff exists in the game at all. Do we want to do more with the characters? Sure. Yeah, that would be amazing. Your suggestion though, I'm going to be honest with you, even if you did suggest this on the forums, it's not going to happen. The timing wise, it doesn't work in our development cycle. While I do think it is cool, it's just not in the vision. So, yeah, a really cool idea. It's just not what we're going for. Okay. So, thank you for the question though. I do appreciate it. Excelsior, would you consider modifying the VFX of the Gauss cannon so that the animation intensifies, like with more sparks, brighter, etc. when it's at max fire rate? Sure. Yeah. I mean, shoot, we had an idea, and this might happen. I don't know. We had an idea about the disintegrator, the beam laser, where it started off kind of like just as a whisper of a laser, and then it kind of grew and grew and grew, and like the beam would get larger the longer you held it, and then it would also apply like a damage multiplier the longer you held it. And then the Gauss cannon came along. But sincerely, like we have some concepts like that. It's something that we might do. I would not have an expectation that we will though, because obviously there's a number of factors that come into place on that front that could shape and change things in wild directions. But for the most part, I think internally the team agrees that would be cool. We'll just have to see if it's something that we can, you know, squeak in there or not. Gills Mercier, will the controller playing be tweaked a bit, or is it totally set up and nothing will change? Oh no, it's totally getting tweaked further. Oh no, like even mouse and keyboard is still getting tweaked. My goodness, like the the sensitivity levels of like, just like your basic settings, like this stuff, whoops, not this stuff. This stuff, like we're happy with what we're able to tweak, but we're also recognizing and watching players and how they're like enjoying the game space and how they're not enjoying the game space and the feedback that's been supplied, and how even when they're like, drop this all the way to nothing, right? Like it's still creating problems. Like maybe we need to extend this further. Maybe we need to adjust like the space of a neutral dead zone. Maybe we need to, you know, do X, Y, or Z. That stuff is constantly in question and constantly being evaluated in order to maximize being able to jump into the game. Because if we don't get that done well, what's the point of playing, right? So I can 100% tell you that the controller playing is not done. There's more to come, especially from an accessibility standpoint. And we'll have more to talk about and share on that front. I don't know if by fall, I wouldn't have that expectation, but I do know that we will continue to make improvements and advancements in how you can enter into the game, both from mouse, keyboard, as well as controller. It's you know, it's a never ending, but a good process that we're happy to plug in. All right, last question, and then we're gonna get back into some gameplay. Oh, I also see there was an addendum. Oh, whoops. This was from a while back. So I'm gonna do the addendum and then we're gonna answer the last question. I think this was from Sloreen Tetson like a long time ago about the lights. If you guys remember, I was talking about the lights in this screen right here, right? The emissive lights question was about the background room lights, not the ship lights. That's such a great observation, and I definitely have been annoyed by being in the home base, changing my ship, and was like, I'm gonna go change my ship colors at a different location for that very reason. So it's possible that we would add some sort of like toggle option to where you see the ship in the base versus like it just being in a simulated dark room that just has lights on the ships, and that's it. So you don't have any lights sharing in your face. It was a concept that we had. Again, don't expect that, but that is one idea we had in order to work around a solution of that nature. So we'll see. We'll see. I do think that's a really good point. Oh, it was Dragon, not Sloreen. Getting my users mixed up. My apologies. You both have been asking really solid questions, so kudos to both of you. All right. Excellent. All right. Now, last question. Any information you're able to share about the Beam Laser, Vanguard, or Mineral Mender changes? Nope, not yet. So I will tell you that I can't tell you anything. Yeah, nope, nothing yet. I got close there, but then I was like, I like my job too much. And Michael's here, so. Hey, Michael, what's that? No, it's, but no, we will have more information on some tweaks to those systems in the future. And they're not implemented, so I couldn't even accidentally show you. Oh, I don't even have a beam laser, so whoopsies. But yeah, rest assured, that is something that we are, doing the things. We're doing the things. Developing a game. Crazy. Oh my gosh, guys, look at the time. Look at the time. We've been answering so many questions. We've been exploring this location. We've been dying. Oops. Like let's talk about you guys. Let's share some screenshots. But for anybody who missed, just a quick coverage. I mean, shoot, were there ships? There weren't ships to sell. Oh yeah, there were. For super quick coverage for anybody who missed some of the new stuff. Just a light little recap. We've been updating the ship dealer. Pretty happy with this. You got descriptions for all the different classes now as well. There's still more work to be done on this front. We also have, we're slowly but surely introducing new job types and unknown signals. I was gonna try and find another one, but we kind of ran out of time. No big deal. And yeah. I think next week, I'm gonna see if I can extract some additional information pertaining to Kazaw's last question about beam lasers, Vanguard, Mineral Mender. See if we can move that into next week's stream, but no guarantees. Regardless, I'm still gonna try. Still gonna try. All right, so super quick break. And what I'm gonna do is first I need to save. Oh my goodness, that would have been silly if I didn't. And we are going to jump into screenshots. Yay, community screenshots. So, yeah, quick stretch break. Join the Discord. Follow us on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Reddit, all the things. Get on it. And I'll be right back. All right, guys, I think we are going to go ahead and proceed accordingly. So, welcome to the newsroom. Oh my goodness, I've got some wonderful screenshots to show you today, honestly. Whoops, that is not what that was supposed to do. Come back, please. Thank you. Wonderful. I need to tidy up my desktop. Anyway, hello, please. Thank you. Knock it off. All right. We've got a number of great screenshots from the community. Everything is working perfectly as intended, by the way. Yeah, so let's just kick things off. We had a new user join us recently named Bradley in the Discord, and everything that they've been popping have been these more like close-up shots with a little bit of depth of field, and they just look really good. They just look really good. So we're just gonna highlight several of theirs because it's nice. It's clever, it's thoughtful, and it's composed well. So kudos to Bradley for his submissions. Just really love how you've just immediately jumped in and started taking some nice photography. Next up, we've got Kazaa, who I love how you made sure your ship's the perfect color for your drones. I love this so much, and I hope that, because you should not expect that it will happen, but I hope that we can make it to where the drones are the same color as your ship, regardless of, you know, what you choose. I think that would be a really cool feature. But until that point, I love how you are establishing it yourself. What a great shot of your drones in formation. Just pop in your ultimate, getting ready to just go ham on this Zerlia destroyer. I love that. I love that. Really great look. Super cool. Super cool. Next up, we've got Highbarf. Highbarf sent a bajillion screenshots, and this one was very captivating because there's like this creature looking over the shoulder of this asteroid. It like, wow, it creeps you out a little. It kind of, it's like, whoa, all right, didn't realize that, and now I'm looking at it, it's like, all right, Okay. I can't unsee that. Thank you for the night terrors. I appreciate that one. Very cool. Very good shot. Ooh. Ooh. Cracking my neck during a live stream. Super cool. All right. Next up, we got Dark Chaos taking the photo of a very clean warp in to Drake or from Drake. I'm not sure. A lot of people liked this shot, so I'm sharing it. Dark Chaos does a really good job with environmental shots, and I think this one is no different. I think it's a pretty clean shot. I love the ship as well that you're seeing appears to be flying out of the wormhole, so love the way all the little wispy bits are going too. This brings it together as a whole. We have another one of these close-up shots from Bradley. I mean, just look at that. Like, what? How pleasant is that? What just a great clean shot of the ship. It's delightful. It's so pleasant. I love how he brings it together. He's not trying to do something crazy. It's just, hey guys, check this out. Boom. I love it. I love the share. And making the background softer really helps in this regard. That draws the eyes towards the big focal point that is these intricate little details. Makes them stand out so much more. It's a clever use of that depth of field. So really well done to Bradley. We have High Barf, who was taking a trip down memory lane and inspecting Alec's old ship. I do want to put emphasis on old because he is getting a new one. But you know, it's a fine shot. It works. I love how it's like reminiscent of where we get Alec and all that stuff. We got Flory, who took a shot that was pretty popular with you guys as well. The Coalition, right? The Coalition. And yeah, it's crazy how large these assets are. And when you're flying in the game, it almost doesn't feel like it because you're just moving so fast. Like you're engaged with ships and you're going off and doing your thing. If you take the time to just like evaluate and like explore around these spaces, these are so massive. These are so massive. So much going on, so many little details and intricacies and who's it's, you know, and I think that capturing the whole thing as, you know, you're zipping away, that's a pretty beautiful shot. I think it comes together really well. So I see why you guys all voted it up a bit. Flory with, man, this reminds me of like a, what is it? What is it? You can like shine a flashlight into and it reflects outwards like a geode or something. What is it? Prism? Whew! Prisms, guys. Like this reminds me, it's like you're like shining a light in and then it's like reflecting the light outwards. I know that's not what's actually happening, but it kind of gives that vibe. And I love this shot and how simple it is, and yet it invokes so much of this space and where you're at and what you're trying to accomplish. It's so good. It's so good. Is Eric's new roommate one of those spacefaring spiders? He has not moved. He's ever present though. But regardless, really like the way that this shot is used from just that standpoint. Like, and also the lighting as well works wonders on this front because it's going like, it's centralized, yes, which can sometimes be a problem, but here it works so well because of the softness that it's spreading throughout the scene. And you also have this incredible framing with the darkness that surrounds it. So it just makes it stand out even further. So really like this one from Flory. Really well done. Another one from Flory, giving us the Zerilia location. I love this. I love this scene so much. And I can't get enough of it. I love looking back at this site. There's so much attention to detail that happened here, and anytime you guys take a photo, I'm just like, yes, I get to look at it again. It's great. We've got another one from Dark Chaos, who's in a bit of chaos himself, and this one, the engine trails, I felt were a bit interesting. I think a lot of you guys probably felt that as well. Just nice sort of action scene. I do love those cockpit shots, as you guys all know. We have another one from Bradley using that depth of field close-up shot. I love this one because now we're also playing around with light sources to add that additional depth. Just these very, very soft lines coming in. Oh, that silhouette seriously pops. It is super, super fantastic. So great shot again, Bradley. Like, goodness gravy, keep them coming. I dig it so much. This one from High Barf I felt was pleasant because not a lot of people take photos of this. So this almost seems like, wow, is this new content? Where's this from? Where can I find this? Now, if you look really closely, you can tell where he's at and what he's doing. Some of you just kind of missed it. But he goes through and he explores this with a number of screenshots, actually, which is kind of playful and fun. But yeah, I love how it's a different take on looking around at what's going on in the space of EVERSPACE 2. So nice, clever shot to bring in new sights and sound. Kazaa, that's a poster shot right there. That's beautiful. That's gorgeous. That's fantastic. It is every pleasant word that I can describe. I love the lightning bolt and the cast air, like the light bending around the corner. We've got the subtle space clouds, nebula, plasma field, whatever you want to call it, with the station and the ship. Like the contrast too of the light in the background with the dark ship moving forward. Everything about this just speaks volumes of your photography skills. So very well done shot. Like this is phenomenal, honestly. This I could see as part of the like the Steam homepage. Like we could add that shot as part of like advertising for the game. Like that's so delightful. I don't actually know if this is a Michael select or not, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Geek Bites. It's kind of funny because somebody private messaged me like, hey, are you highlighting all the Geek Bites shot because he's like a mod now and like you're obligated to do that? No. I just highlight the shots that I think are cool and what the community thinks are cool. He has no special benefits, okay, for being a mod. It's like he shares a crappy photo. I'm not going to highlight that. I'm sharing photos that I think are cool, that you guys think are cool. My process of elimination for choosing these shots largely comes down to what was voted up using emojis. And this one stands out. So well done, Geekbite. I love it a lot. I imagine you also had credits in this scene as well. I just have a feeling. We also have Hybarf, who took another, this one's pretty clever. He was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize nukes were in this game. Nice angle, nice approach. That's pretty freaking cool, actually, how you put that together. Pretty stinking clever. Get off of my monitor, you cheeky little splotch. Oh my gosh. Got all this white on my monitor now and I see this dark black spot. Go away. Oh my gosh. Gotta clean my monitor. What's with me? I haven't cleaned my monitor in like 17 years. All right, next up, we've got another one from Bradley. You guessed it. I love these close-up shots with depth of field. This one has such an interesting background. I love how it comes across. You've got this combat sequence where you're like diving in, you're cruising in, you've got these little subtle details of the ship. You see the labels on the ship, like what in the world? Who needs to see that? Bradley does, as you've got this completely wrecked bomber in the background going down in flames due to your absolute skillful play, your genius wit, your captivating humor, stunning personality. It's fantastic. Like I love it. I dig it so much. I dig it so much. That depth of field usage, like that can seriously change a shot from being just average to really good. Just tweaking the depth of field. It is nuts how much of a difference that can make, guys. So don't forget about your depth of field. Don't forget about your depth of field. Bradley is speaking loudly towards it. Let me tell you what. All right, this next one comes from Kazaa once again. And I don't actually know what's happening here. It's like this is getting ready to explode. It's emanating some aura. I don't get it, but it's cool. I like it, and I wanted to show it. Also, we don't get to see a lot of these. What's it called? What is this device called? A satellite. Ha! We don't get a lot of satellites. Just like Hybarf was showing the satellite. That's next to Fallon Pango. Now we've got this one that's being showcased, another place in Union, but very cool, like just something new to look at. It's nice. I like it. I like nice things. All right, we got another one from Kazaa. This one I thought was just, this is just, he's just, I mean, it's a little bit like, it's a little bragging, I suppose. But it does look really badass. Let's be clear. Swooping in and out after a very tactical strike, taking out 2 destroyers in one fell swoop as he's swooping around. That's just cool. That's just cool. This is something that I would put in my desktop wallpaper cycles. So, and I will. I actually already have all of these ones that I've chosen. So yeah, I actually need to look back at that folder because it's getting pretty big. Anyway, great shot. I love it. It's really good. Love the destruction. It's beautiful. Next up, man, I really was fascinated by satellites this week and choosing your shots, I guess. But we got Dark Chaos and pulling this one. I love this one because, again, it's like these parts of the game that you're not really looking at too much that offer so much more if you just turn and take a look. You know, it could be so easy to just get lost in, you know, all the asteroids and be like, oh yeah, I've seen an asteroid that looks like that before. It's a big rock in space. But man, like the details, like the what's hidden behind the corners and you know, what rewards your exploration. I think a lot of this stuff deserves a bit more attention, and I love that you guys are focused on this as you are taking your screenshots too. And I think that's why I had such an interest in capturing these for you guys today. They're just really solid shots of what else is out there, like the sort of unseen parts of the game. So really cool, really nice photography, Dark Chaos. We got Excel with a very simple, very clean shot. 2 planets just dancing with each other, probably. This is Drake. Pretty sure this is Drake. Subtle coloration. So as you're flying through superlight, everything seems nice and chill, like you're just kind of lounging around, ready to strike. And yeah, and then, you know, you get to your sights and there's a lot going on. Something, it's frosty, it's you know, it's massive oceanic scenery, or, you know, it's on fire and everything burns. You know, there's it's like Drake is almost a secret that you pull back the veil from, and the veil is super light, and this calmness that you get then surprises you as you dive in. So really, really cool. Next up, we've got, I'm like reading some comments as I'm doing this, you guys. All right, anyway, why would you do that? Why? Is it user error? Yes, it's user error. But I'm gonna blame Samsung because it's my monitor. That makes 0 sense. Anyway, Excel, bro, this one's actually the thumbnail for this stream. Nice, great shot. So much so to watch. I'm gonna clap again for you. Like it's great. What a great shot. Fantastic shot, Excel. I love it. This adds that playful discovery that we always talk about with this storytelling of wanting to know more. You're seeing this rich adventure taking place, and like, what's under the waves? What's around the corner? It's just, it's clean, it's great, it's fantastic. I love it. So keep it up. Keep it up. Oh, that's supposed to be the grand finale. These are screenshots that I took. These are Michael's like, I did the Michael selects, and this one's supposed to be the grand finale. Okay, so we're gonna come back to this one. Spoiler alert, this one's in the Michael selects. I'm not surprised, but still. Whoops. Well, I'm spoiling things too early. I spoiled a screenshot. My apologies, Michael. But Excel, clearly, you know, you're very well loved in your screenshot taking because Michael chose it. Spoon Knight did a number when he was going through EVERSPACE 2. He's been cataloging and collecting all of the EVERSPACE 2 revealed ships and their respective builds. Like, all of their modules come together. And now I'm only showing one here. You want to see the rest of them, you can go to the Discord. But he's been thoughtfully collecting them that were shown like since the prototype, and rebuilding them, recoloring them, everything so that they look exactly like they were presented the first time. This is actually, I believe this is from the weight screen, right? Is this the same ship from the weight screen? Yeah, look at that. Look at that weight screen ship. You see that ship? See how it's passing by? See how it's passing by Palemon's moon right there? Brilliant, brilliant, so good. So good. Very clever, very thoughtful. I dig it so much. All right, I'm gonna start cruising through my selects, and then we're gonna get into Michael's, because his are far more important than mine. Here's Spoot Knight's new Spootmobile, as he calls it. He does like to share those. I think it looks clean, and look, he's using that depth of field knowledge, softening the blow. Granted, there was some natural softening going on, but I digress. This is also a really good one that I can have as a background as I'm talking right here, because I'm not blocking anything on the screen. Just a bonus for me, really. Excellent. Next up, we've got another one from Geekbyte. He shared several more. I just like this one. It's the vantage point for me. It's, you know, it's almost like you're peering out the window of some massive freighter or ship or something, just to see what new world you're orbiting. You know, this almost comes from like like retro drawings, or man, what am I trying to say? It's a cool shot. That's what I'm saying. It's a cool shot. Does good. Cool shot does good. Nice. I dig it. But seriously, it brings together a lot of strong vibes from like the almost like vintage sci-fi to me for some reason. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Anyway, looking out the Death Star about to blow up Alderaan. Well, that got dark quickly, but sure, that's definitely something else. Sure, I like it. All right, next up we've got Spoot Knight once again, highlighting his ship. This one's not so great. I need to flip it so that my face would be over here basically, but otherwise still really cool to see the emissive colors in action. Remember, this is just tier 3, right? Tier 4, man, that's totally spoiler. I don't care, I started. Tier 4, like, I think you guys are really gonna enjoy what happens to those ships. Frankly speaking, you've seen a couple tier 4s already, so I'm not really spoiling anything. It's not an Elec. I didn't pull an Elec. Anyway, I digress. Love the ship, love the colors, keep rocking it. We're almost done, I promise. We've got Crispy Muffin, who has taken several shots. I love this use of depth of field right here. Look at that. You can't see anything because that's not the focal point. The focal point is what's out there. Oh my gosh, driving that home forward. Dig it. Very clean, very good stuff. Crispy Muffin had a number of shots. I also enjoy this one. Again, it's that depth of field usage. Comes in a pinch, takes the eyes off of this corner where my body resides so that you focus in on the primary goal of the shot. And that derelict ship is super cool. Very, very nice. We've got Kazaa, who loves us and showing this heart. Also, look at that depth of field. Man, the theme of these screenshots is depth of field, guys. Depth of field, clever usage. Love the heart. It's wonderful. Thank you very much for your appreciation, love. And then Crispy Muffin snuck this in because he was looking for a new lock screen, I think. Crispy Muffin, is that what you said for your phone? I dig it. I think it looks really clean. Solid work. Solid work, my dude. Also, depth of field. Bradley says, depth of field! Yeah, dude, right? Like, it's wonderful. Okay. So now my monitor is probably gonna do the thing again. Excellent, excellent. So I don't really care at this point. You can look at my desktop all you want. There's nothing to really evaluate. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just, so I don't have these screenshots. Normally I was sneaking some messages to Michael because I was trying to get a hold of these. Normally I have these screenshots, but oh, can I? Is there a way I can make that go? Oh, I don't want that to get larger. I just want the screenshot to, oh my gosh, guys, everything is terrible. But this is good enough for the moment. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Cause you can't even, like, what in the world? I can't even like save the image. I can't save the image out. Absolute bullcrappery. Let me tell you what, but I don't care, whatever. So let's just go through and talk about each one of these. So this one comes from Dark Chaos. I know it's a little bit smaller. I mean, I don't like this. Hang on a second. I want to see one more time. Michael, if you're there, is there any way that you can send me like a collection of these? Because I sent it to you over on Slack, a request. But if there's any way, I would love to get rid of all this white. This is the one thing. This is what happens when you add to the stream right before the stream starts, guys. Oh my gosh. But it's a process that we love, and we love doing this for you. Michael says, hang on. So I'm gonna start talking about them and then we're gonna see them in big picture, okay? Because we don't have a lot of time. So this first one, which we will, again, we're gonna maximize all of these. This one's Dark Chaos Underground Tunnels. I'm basically gonna read aloud what Michael has written, his thoughts, okay? So I can't hide anything if you said something funky or weird or rude. You get it straight up. We're going raw, all right? It's great. So Dark Chaos Underground Tunnels. Nice capture of the murky and slightly horrific side of Everspace 2, adding quite some suspense to the scene. It's a welcome change to the otherwise bright and colorful open space and planetary environments in our game. Couldn't agree more. This one is so good. I even think that we spoke on this one before in the past. It's such a delight. This next one, look at this guy. This comes from Excel. It's gonna be weird going back and forth, so I'm gonna cheat. Yes, I am. So Excel, this one's called Symmetry. As the title says, great symmetry in this shot with the planet, its moon, and the Sentinel perfectly aligned. Veteran mobile gaming space pilots will also recognize what the virtual photographer did here. Much appreciated. So very clever, very clean. This comes together so well. So well. So keep it up, Excel. Bringing it all together. Next up, we've got, all right. Next up, we got another one from Dark Chaos. Divina gas orbit, a shot very close to the original concept art for this lofty location. A great sense of depth and surreal feel with the massive gas harvesters floating in the sky. The fighter is a tad too close to the edge of the shot to make it perfect, but that's very nitpicky indeed. And with how Dark Chaos does use his shots almost like panoramic style, I can kind of understand why the ship is all the way over here. Yeah, I mean, if I was being nitpicky about it too, Michael, I would say, yeah, it's a little too close, but that's okay at the same time. I think that what you're bringing together as a whole, you know, moving this image across the field, does a great job of drawing your eyes through it. As a reminder, as I'm going through these, I know we got all this white on the page, like, boo. You know, it just is what it is. Just zoom in a bit more. Yeah, I want to, but then this bar like, takes up the whole screen. It's like, go away, bar. Is there a way I can hide this? Can I? Ask and you shall receive. All right, so we're going to get in a little bit further. So we got this one from MedBed. Here, let's copy pasta. Can we get, nope, that's a little too close. Too close. All right, so this one's from MedBed. The Observers. Fantastic lighting with the blue star standing for the cold, empty, and deadly environment of our outer space, while the warm interior lights of the space station indicate an artificial island of life. That was a lot of words, but basically, it's beautiful. It's thought-provoking, very powerful. And as that reminder that I was gonna say, and then I got distracted probably, all of these shots that Michael chooses, like all of these very much have the potential for being used in our promotions for Everspace 2. Like when Michael chooses these, it's because they are outstanding shots. They are shots that draw people in to want to know more about the game because it's exciting, it's tempting, it's telling a story. That's the beauty of these shots. This one, I know we've shown this one before as one of my selects. Dark Chaos, Sato Orbit Tunnel. Another great tunnel shot, almost with some Geiger? Is that Geiger vibes? Making you expect to bump into an alien creature around the next band. Oh my gosh, why do I not understand that reference? I feel like a doofus for not getting that. Is that Geiger? 125 and Google Docs. Wait. Change the view mode? What? Where? How do you, I don't know how to operate this machine. Like, oh my. Guys. Would you believe Michael pays me to do this? Woo! All right. So now we're getting even more maximized goodness. All right. Oh my gosh. Press F11. Press F11. Oh my gosh, it's even better. Guys, we're making progress. It just keeps getting better. I look over at the chat and so many people have said F11. Oh my gosh. I love you all so much. Thank you for bearing with me. Oh, goodness. All right, next up, we got Kazaa. Every day's an education. Oh, man, every minute is an education. All right, next up, we got Kazaa. Here, let's copy pasta this so you don't have to read it. I'm going to say it. This is Kazaa's Crystal Gap. Getting some Destiny 2 vibes from this. Not surprised because Michael loves Destiny 2. Spoiler alert, not really. You all know this already. Like a loading animation for a new raid, maybe? Great dynamic coming from the boosting ship and tilted horizon while the fields of crystals stretch all the way from the foreground to the background, adding depth into the two planes being so close to each other, leaving just a little space to navigate through without ending up in a massive field. I gotta go into super fast mode because I got 2 minutes until, 2 minutes, I got 2 minutes. So next up, we've got Excel. Oh my gosh, beautiful shot here as well. Look at us going. Space haze, love the hazy atmosphere in this shot as a contrast to the otherwise crisp open space environments we typically see in EVERSPACE 2. The small striker feels small next to the massive blocky asteroids, adding a great sense of space exploration. Excellent wallpaper material, couldn't agree more. 10 out of 10. Wonderful. Hey, we've seen this one. This is the Flory Freeze. I love it. The Flory Freeze. A little bit about this, what Michael had to say. What an action shot. You can almost feel the stress of the pilot trying to battle a massive drone carrier while dealing with frost damage and being under turret fire. EVERSPACE 2 action at its finest. Mwah. Chef's kiss to that. All right, we got some Ace of Blades, which is another popular photographer in the community. Really, really good stuff. We're totally going overtime. I'm sorry, wife, in advance. All right, Ace of Blades, Fiery Damnation. Fantastic shot of the lava dam at the Drake system. Within the Drake system at the Zerlia compound. Really has the perfect field of view with the interceptor, the lava falls and the lava eruption evenly scattered across the scene. Also notice the incredible detail of the lava texture at the lava lake at the bottom. Like seriously, we talk about it all the time, but it's so good. It's so good, feels great. Kazaa, you're getting a lot of praise it seems. And we've got another one from you. This is the Derelict Station. Another fantastic space exploration shot in a hazy location of Drake. It perfectly captures the feel of entering a new place for the very first time, wondering about what one might find inside of that derelict space station. Broken into several massive chunks with lots of small debris floating around, you can immediately sense how vast this place is. A serious store page shot contender. Very much so. Love the energy that this is creating. All right. We're nearing the end, folks. I know the stream is technically over, but we're gonna just keep going and hope I don't get murdered. All right, here we are. We've got Dark Chaos, Space Debris, extremely well-composed shot with an outlaw bomber showing great hard surface and engine trail details in the foreground, some signature EVERSPACE-style debris that make for great cover during combat, another bomber in the distance adding dynamic and depth, while the gigantic purple planet and a clear space sky in the background set the perfect stage for an interesting location. Top marketing material. Absolutely. Super cool. Super cool. This, we're getting so close to the end. We got another one from Kazaa. Dude, Kazaa, quit taking fantastic shots. No, keep doing it. It's fantastic. Frosty Mines! Again, great shot with a Vanguard entering the scene with Frosty Mines about to go off, making for a nice hot, cold feeling in an otherwise empty location so that the threat becomes even more imminent. Seriously, that's a lot of frost mines. That's terrifying. Or not frost mines, but frost detonator drones. You know what I'm saying? All right, and then our last one, the final showcase. The final. Hang on. The final showcase. We've got from Excelsior, Ice Hunt. Finishing with today's thumbnail for the stream. Yep, all right, perfect. Nailed that, super synced up. Really digging this shot for its unusual perspective and tilted camera with the striker shooting over our heads through a narrow gap between two massive icebergs under a cold blue sky, screaming sci-fi like there's no tomorrow. Consequently, the shot has been added to our Steam store page, including image credits, of course. So yeah, congratulations, Excel, for getting your shot selected, posted directly on the Steam store page. You can go see that right now, in fact. that's pretty stinking cool. This is something that we started doing through the Michael Selects process. We just want to honor you guys. You take so much time and carry over so much attention to detail. It's awesome, and we want to reward that. So yeah, like some of these best shots that we've been collecting, they get posted on that Steam store page. Keep it up. You guys freaking rock. All right. You know what else rocks? The fact that EVERSPACE 2 is totally, that transition was awful. You guys know the spiel. I do actually have to go. You have been awesome. Thank you so much for teaching me how to full screen Google Documents. Oh gosh, it's beautiful. Sincerely, you have been awesome. I have been Eric Schrader, your community ambassador for all things EVERSPACE 2. Don't stop being awesome. And hey, if I missed a question, sneak on in the Discord, ask in the Ask Dev Questions channel, ask RFG, and I would be delighted to follow up with you there. Otherwise, toodles! Where's my button? Freaking F11. For those over on Twitch, we are going to go surprise Corbin78, who is VR streaming Half-Life 2. There's no post-stream shenanigans here. I am over time. Be safe. Have fun, y'all.